What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zev Royce here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe so y'all don't miss a single episode of House Money ENT podcast. And remember, the house always wins.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the House Money Podcast. It's your boy Denzel.
Call Fly.
Rex McKennis.
It's your boy Zev.
100.
And we got a special guest, Juan, Ant here in the building today. Welcome to episode 4. We're here to discuss everything and anything that is interesting. It's been a crazy couple weeks. How are you guys? How's everybody doing? Let's start with you, Paul. How you doing, man?
Another week. First week back at work since, situation. I feel a little bit more level headed, Got my mind on the mission. So got this podcast, episode 4. That's what I'm really worried about. Just moving forward with the podcast.
Yeah. It's been a long week, bro. Been health things, but it's all been like positive shit, bro. Like, so it's just been, I'm trying to lock in more streams, more health things, more podcast shit, bro. Like I'm here, bro. I feel good. There's a lot of transition that's going, so we working, bro.
What you Zeb?
It's another week, man. Just another week of working, grinding, and, trying to keep everybody on the same page. And that's what we're doing. So, shout out, congratulations on episode 4. Let's get started, man.
Also, special shout out to Ant.
Damn.
Studio.
4 of them things, bro.
We upgrade now.
How we get this far, bro?
I know, right?
Some of y'all
4
was sleeping.
episodes
Y'all
in.
didn't think
4
we could do it.
episodes.
Keep it up.
4 episodes got him stressed out like this dude on cops right now.
I know.
Hold on, a special shout out to our subscribers. We appreciate y'all for y'all support, man. And,
51 subscribers.
51 subscribers. Come on, man.
Honestly, it might have went up. It might have went up.
Might have
Might
went
have
up.
went
Yeah.
up. Honestly, we
That's
can't,
the jump.
we can't
too.
say enough how grateful and appreciative we are of y'all's support while we do this. We doing this for y'all, like we always say. And like Zev said last week and the week before, we never selling out. So we still here. We see you see what we doing. They see it.
It's a upward spiral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, before we get into the topics for the day, a big special shout out to everybody that's been clicking on that Deion short. Last time I checked, it was at 22K. I'm pretty sure it's up way beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, we got a little niche that we growing with, and so the team is really, really excited about what's to come. So, like we said, we did tell y'all about the live events coming up. WrestleMania is right around the corner, so I hope y'all really ready for that. Saying we got WrestleMania, then we got the draft.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Turn up.
We got a lot of surprises.
A lot of surprises coming.
A
So
lot of surprises.
y'all just stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. That's
No,
all we
well,
can say, really.
I was gonna
All
mention
can
we
say.
got
You think we surprised me today? My bad.
No, you good. I was going to say we got a lot of things coming up for our subscribers and our supporters. So again, just make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and show us some love, and you'll have some things coming back to y'all in the future. So
Sure.
yeah,
Get all the content you need.
Yes, sir.
I get all the content you need.
Yeah, man. So I guess let's get started.
So we're kicking it off with the NFL free
We
agency.
got to. We're in the land of the free, home of the brave. We play football out here, so we starting off with some NFL free agency guys. The Patriots. They have spent a lot of money last, like a couple weeks.
Oh, man, they're trying to chase their glory years, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I just feel like they're trying to chase their glory years again because that's a big. How much did this? 355 or 250? That's a lot of fucking money, bro.
Stephon Diggs.
Yep. Stephon
Stephon
Diggs.
Diggs.
A few other people. Honestly, that they're pretty beneficial. Like Carlton Davis, he's a good player too.
No relation to this Carlton Davis. No relation to this Carlton Davis, but yeah.
Why don't you just put some ads on?
Hey, nah, it's crazy because our name is spelled totally different. So like, it's not the same Carlton Davis. But But you know, they did. I see what the Patriots trying to do. They're trying to make little slight moves. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get their repertoire up so they can make a little move in the draft. That's how I'm looking at it right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
No, you good. What you got to say?
I'll
Juan?
look at it like
Your mic.
I think. Oh, I'll look at it like this is probably their best move that they've made since the Gronk. This is their best move at any receiver since Gronk. You know?
I can see that.
Yeah.
See, but the only thing about Stephon is, you know what I'm saying, is he going to be healthy?
Exactly.
That's the only thing you got to think about. But they do have a good receiver core, which they're setting up. You know what I'm saying? So you see the pieces that they're trying to put together for Drake May.
I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
on paper, Patriots already looking like I say like a 8-win, 9-win team. Dare I say? Because last year, right? They and I kept saying this to my boys, Patriots. They weren't terrible, but you saw the pieces they didn't have affected every single game, which was the offensive line, and then basically a couple. I mean, you didn't have any good receivers that could carry you through 4 quarters of consistent play. So,
And the real problem is, like I stress this with almost every team, is running back. Your running back is going to help you set up your passing game. If you don't have, the defense. The defense wasn't even bad last year. It's the offense. You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't have those key. If you don't have those key pieces to keep your team in motion, to keep points on the board, that's what's going to affect your quarterback. It's just like a domino effect. You don't got a running back, it's going to affect your quarterback. The quarterback can't throw the ball, it's going to affect your receivers.
so Zeb, what do you think? Where do you see the Patriots putting players like Stephon Diggs as far as like where they fit into the offense? And are they going to build around Stephon, or are they going to add on to what they already have with Stephon? Because Drake May is a rookie QB, you know, you want to improve the team. So
They're trying to put him in position to, win some games pretty much. Stephon comes in as he healthy wise, if he's healthy enough, he's already a number one. And then, you build from that as far as like, and let's be honest, he's a veteran too.
Yeah.
So he'll help all the other young wide receivers that they're picking up.
Right.
And yeah, I would say they should build from Stephon.
okay.
The only thing about that is Stephon can't be a diva.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Speaking of divas, I want to bring up.
Let me just say this real quick.
Yeah.
Patriots. Well, Belichick's not there no more, so we don't know. But and I was about to say that because there's been discussions about since Tom Brady's gone, like we always seen the Patriots as like they have their own way, like the Patriot way.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's like who created that? The players or the coaches? Tom Brady or Bill Belichick?
That's a good.
And you're starting to see like without either one of them.
Yes, it's way different franchises. Yeah, 100%.
To ride off of that, I would say they're in a position right now where did the Patriots get better, or are they flashing cash post Belichick right now? Are they just flashing cash post Belichick just to
Just to try their hand.
Yeah, or are they getting better?
Well, before we stay on this too long,
Because they got. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say the Patriots. They're in the news actually right now for even bigger things than the Stephon thing, which is they traded away Joe Milton III to the Cowboys. I guess it was for a 5th round pick, 5th round or 4th round pick or something like that. And everyone is basically saying the Cowboys are actually in a pretty good position now because they have he's basically a rookie. He's basically a rookie, right? Joe Milton.
Yeah.
He sat behind Drake May.
He didn't start that many games.
He didn't start that
many
many games.
that he did start.
He balled out.
He had flashes of some great plays.
He wants some PT.
Yeah,
He wants some PT.
And that'll help Dak. Like as far as us doing that helps. Like we need a backup, of course, because Cooper Rush left, but that also helps Dak because
where you go?
Yeah, what did
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. Oh,
I think Baltimore.
Man,
Dang, yeah.
And I'm a Dallas fan, and I gotta keep up.
I'm pretty sure Baltimore.
Wow.
But
one of the biggest.
in my opinion, that's an upgrade.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah, I
It
guess
may be
as a backup,
controversial
yeah.
because Cooper Rush wins games too.
Mhm.
He was safe. He was safe.
He was safe.
He was
He
safe.
plays safe.
He was Kirk. He was.
He didn't make mistakes.
He's not gonna.
Commanders.
He's not gonna have them flashes like we seen
No.
from
Mhm.
Joe.
And he'll make sure
Okay.
he's exactly what you wanted as a second
Yeah.
QB.
But if Dak doesn't come back healthy, and
We got somebody to look
we got
forward
someone
to.
to look forward to. Yeah, a fresh start, really. So I guess that's what y'all wanted out of the draft anyway.
Yeah.
So,
One quick thing too, just out of that agency, it's just I know about the Bills because the Bills were kind of a problem last year.
Mhm.
With Joey Bosa getting that large ass
Mhm.
contract, so they were just talking about how that's a standout thing, and I'm just trying to see where they're gonna go this year, how they're gonna perfect their stride because last year, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I didn't even really pay attention to the Bills at one point until we watched one game.
yeah.
I forgot. I wish I could remember what that game was, man. But it was such a great fucking game. Like,
Might have been against y'all.
Yeah, I think it
was it? I forgot
who
who
it
it
The
was.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
It probably
That
was.
was a
But,
great
because they beat them,
Either
right?
that or the Baltimore.
Didn't
game.
they beat y'all, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was that game,
Yeah,
bro.
one-
That game was fantastic.
The other way, too. He's got to be careful and get it up.
On the way. No, returned by Chris Davis. Davis goes left. Davis gets a block. Davis has another block. Chris Davis. No flags. Touchdown. Auburn. An answered prayer.
You are watching a master at work.
All right, y'all. So the next topic, Aaron Rodgers. He's still jobless, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for some, I guess. It depends on how you feel. There's a rumor that he's flirting with signing with the Steelers. He's been working out in different places and working out with different Steelers players. There's also a slight rumor that he could go to the Browns, but that kind of got shut down with the whole, the free agent moves this week and all the draft chatter and stuff. I would like to ask, should Aaron Rodgers get a starting job in the NFL this season?
Let me say something. I'm gonna make this quick. Yeah, and the reason I say yeah is because last year we saw how he was moving when he was with the Jets, right?
Mhm.
And there were some times where there was flashes to show that he still had potential, and it wasn't just solely him, the team. It was overall the team, in my opinion. I think that I'm keeping 100 with you. He got to wrap it up in a couple more years, bro. He got to wrap it up soon because he's not getting any younger, and he either needs to find a team soon so he can get that starting point, or he just needs to wrap it up because I'm also hearing about him flirting with the Vikings. But at this point in time, he needs to find that team, be comfortable where he's at, and again, he only got a couple years, bro.
So, quick question: who do the Steelers have as a quarterback right now? Didn't they get
Mason Randolph.
Mason Rudolph?
Mason
Yeah,
Rudolph.
Because they got rid of
So
Russ.
this is my thing. They let me make this quick too. Mike Tomlin was asked about bringing back Mason Rudolph, and he was like,
Confident.
he's confident in him. He feel like he can get the job done and all that.
Mason Rudolph?
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
And the crazy thing is, they had him and released him and brought him back.
Yeah.
So
this is my thing about Aaron Rodgers. As far as him, does he deserve a starting spot in the NFL? Maybe, but it really just depends on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 41 years old. He's not getting younger like Rex just said. So it would have to be a team that but see, that's the thing. That's why his ego getting away, but he will be better off as a backup. As crazy as this sounds, but if you could wrap your head around that,
and that's actually what I was about
have
to say.
him be behind a young up and coming quarterback, so he can coach him and stuff like that. He'd be better off.
Have him play in other quarters, or would you just have him
So
you just have him to
And the problem with Aaron Rodgers is he already said he don't want to train nobody. He don't want to be the teacher. It's because he wants to be the centerpiece.
I don't see how you can
And-
call yourself
Diva.
professional thinking like that.
And my
Diva.
I'm gonna add this. My thing is he worth the drama?
No,
Like, is
bro.
he worth the drama? Like, the guy can ball. He can ball.
You can make that
He can
production
ball.
from
He
anybody
can
nowadays.
ball. But he's got his Achilles injury. He's got he's had issues with teams before, you know. So if he goes to this team, whatever new team it is, whether it be the Steelers, what's
Listen,
gonna be
Aaron
the
Rodgers
difference?
is just a more successful Kirk Cousins, bro. That's all he is.
They're
Due to his age,
He's just a
you
more
have to
successful
be
Kirk Cousins.
100% confident that adding him to your team is going to get you to a Super Bowl.
Be beneficial.
At least.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a lot of time left to gel with like the
Mhm.
offense and all of that, getting chemistry down. So it's a tough situation. I'm pretty sure he'll get a job though,
Of
just
course.
based on his name.
Who he is, yeah.
Last thing I'll say about this, right, is we keep seeing in the NFL, right, these evolutions of quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
but he's been fortunate, if anything, that he hasn't been a backup already. I know it sounds crazy to say, but he was in Green Bay for a very long time.
Mhm.
Very, very long time, right?
Long time.
Green Bay, people forget, there was a couple years where they didn't do too well, right? They could have moved on, right?
Mhm.
After, what's his name left? Favorite guy, the coach for old coach for the Cowboys. Maybe current coach. I actually don't even know right now.
Old coach.
Old coach. He just got
Cowboys
fired.
coach.
Mike
Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy,
Mike McCarthy.
yeah.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy. When Mike McCarthy left there, right? Aaron Rodgers stayed because there was a big rift, I guess, between them, right?
Yeah.
And that's why he left, right?
Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers stays, and I remember this. The very next season, they actually struggled. So people's excuse was, "Oh, it's because Aaron Rodgers is in a different system." Well, Aaron Rodgers' ego is so big, it doesn't matter what system he goes to.
Yeah.
If he goes to the Steelers, the Browns,
It's got to be
49ers,
He's got to be the system.
he has to be the system. So
Yeah.
that's why I think this should be done. I'm sorry, Aaron, you have to pack it up. You have to go. You just do.
Hey,
You're not in the NFL right now.
don't taint your legacy more, man. 'Cause
Yes.
that Jets stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you
And
really-
this year,
Yeah.
the question for him should be: Are you? I would ask myself, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, am I a liability or am I a championship solution?
He literally
That's
just
it.
turned into a
That's
Brett
it.
Favre region, though.
That's it.
That's the sad part. Green Bay.
At least Brett Favre went to the Vikings and
Yeah.
did something.
You know,
You know what I'm saying?
at least Brett Favre took the Vikings to the championship game.
Yeah, he did.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but
That's a good team.
liability or a championship solution. That is it.
And
Which one are you going to be?
And if you put your ego to the side and come up with the answer that we all know is the true answer,
Mhm.
take the proper steps as far as like stepping back and being like, hey, maybe I should listen to somebody else, or maybe I should be more open to a certain system, whatever.
Mhm.
That's how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure he'll get another job though.
Mhm.
It's Aaron
All right.
Rodgers.
For our next subject, I wouldn't say the elephant, not even the elephant in the room. Why am I saying it like that? The big event right now, it's happening this weekend, is the Final Four. Final Four of men's basketball.
I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but Duke and Houston, they've been playing, bro. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
All the teams that are in the Final Four are number one.
Number one seeds. I was about to say that. So
And tonight, UConn is playing. The women's basketball teams are
Yeah.
playing. I know UConn
So let's get into that.
is
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
I forget who was
Oh.
playing. I forget who was playing. No, me and my old head at my job was
It's
talking about it
UConn
earlier.
versus
We were talking about it earlier,
what's that
but
team that that girl's on?
USC?
nah,
They're already out. Yeah.
No.
nah.
Oh, Paige Bucher's on UConn.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the other girl. I think she's on.
Is this who UConn's
You know
going
what?
against tonight? Is that
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you're
Who are
saying?
they playing against? Yeah.
Is it UCLA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
UCLA.
it? Okay, that makes
I think
that
so.
sounds
UConn,
right. Yeah,
UConn versus UCLA, and then
UCLA's coach has been
But you're-
talking
and it's
about
another,
that.
it's another game tonight too.
The girl injured, so
Yeah. Wait, Paige Bucher's got injured?
what's her name?
Talking about Juju Watkins.
Yeah.
She's on USC though.
USC.
Yeah.
So do they?
No,
are
I
they
just
out?
heard her injury is actually. Okay, so I heard her injury is not that bad as they feared, and that they actually figured that she actually should have a good road to recovery to where a team can actually be interested in her.
I may be like going left a bit, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's true, but let's be honest. They could just be saying that
Hold
to
on.
help her with her.
All right. right, so March Madness, Final Four. You know, we're in the meat of it now. We're in the thick of it now, as they say. 4 teams left: Auburn, Duke, Houston, and I want Florida. So, I guess I want to know, what do you guys think about this tournament so far? Do you guys think that these teams deserve to be here? Do you know any standout players?
Bangers. Somebody said they were all number 1 seeds.
Yeah, they're all number one seeds.
I think Houston. I'm just saying, don't sleep. Like one of y'all said it, but like don't sleep on Auburn, but also don't sleep on Houston, because it always seems like Duke has a strong fan base, no matter what, bro.
It's
So,
the top.
we'll see.
I'm gonna be real. Don't sleep on Florida, because Florida was cooking the last game they played. They were cooking. They I'm talking. I forget his. I know his last name is Clayton.
Oh yeah,
He was balling. He was balling.
Yeah,
He was balling, and I like that goes to show like every team that is in the Final Four right now, they have that one player on their team that's going to make or break with if their team is going to win or going to lose. So if that player doesn't show up, it might be that make or break. If that player shows up, it might be that make or break. You know, and that's for every team that's in the Final Four.
And Florida's been real good in the fourth. That's why I said the fourth. They've been real good, like in crunch time. That's why I'm like, not really sleeping on them. But if I had to choose who I think is going to win, it's Duke, based off of there's just
That's how it's winning bracket.
a team like overall team. It's just they, I got them winning it. But definitely don't sleep on Auburn.
Yeah. I've been sleeping on them a little bit,
There's too many good teams to sleep.
Just like Florida, you sleep on
I
this.
saw the light the other day. They got a freshman.
I like that you mentioned Houston. I might have just clear the air. I just recently started watching NCAA this year, and from what I've seen, Houston's defense is nice, bro. They got a good defense.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They ball
Emmanuel
up.
Sharp, is that his name? Emmanuel Sharp.
Yeah,
led
they
by
ball
Emmanuel
up.
Sharp, bro. That dude. Yeah, I mean, you talking about names, like names to watch out for. That is the name I'm watching out for when I'm watching Houston.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
so when I'm watching, if I watch the Houston play the Blue Devils, yeah, I got my eyes on that Houston defense, because I think they can go toe to toe with them.
They definitely.
I mean, Houston's not number 1 seed for no reason.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking that if Cooper Flag doesn't have a good game, there's no way Duke wins this game because of how good Houston is at closing out the games. Every game they played so far, they stepped on teams' necks in that second half of the game.
Just like Florida.
Yep.
And they've been down. They've been down in the stretch and come back. You know what I'm saying? You can blink and they'll be back.
Yeah,
but,
that we did.
As long as Cooper Flag is healthy,
yeah,
I'm rooting for them, man.
Yeah, me too.
I've always been a Duke fan. You know what I'm saying? So.
Duke, they gonna Duke it out.
I wouldn't be mad if I got an upset.
Yeah,
I would love to see an upset.
I wouldn't be mad.
I think it's actually on the cards based off how it's already unfolded, because we didn't get a lot of upsets this year anyway. We got a few, but we didn't get a lot.
Everything's been going like how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, exactly.
How you think it goes.
Right. Like all number ones are in, so clearly this is not like an upset
tournament. Stand on that hill. Gonzaga should have won.
You had something once upon a time, bro. You had something once upon a time.
Gonzaga is the best high school.
Yeah, I mean, Duke's favorite. So I mean, but like Duke's favorite. But if Houston can make that upset, or anybody, that'd be crazy to see.
I don't think any of us would be mad about
make that upset, bro. That'd be wild.
It would be wild.
If Florida make that upset,
sheesh.
And look, niggas owe me money.
When is the game? It's Saturday.
Florida.
All the games come on that Saturday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow.
6:09 p.m. Central Time, 8:49 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, like
All right. So I'll be there. We'll be there. Me from my TV tomorrow night.
Yep.
But I was in my TV the other night to watch the NBA.
World Star.
Everyone want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this World Star still a thing? Because, god damn, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the NBA needed this.
It did.
Niggas just got to start knocking each other out on some shit. We got to be cool, bro. Meta world peace, bro. Realest nigga out here, bro.
Is the Wolves and the Pistons fight that occurred this past week. Fortunately, we're taping after it happened. It's been a couple of days after it happened, too. But basically, if you didn't know, the Wolves and the Pistons. They got into a little
Pistons.
scuffle towards the end of the game, right? It's towards the end.
It was the preemie Malice in the Palace.
It was literally a
Premature
bunch of
version.
yeah. It was a lot of ego, bro.
Nah, but from the clip that I saw, it was just pushing and shoving, bro.
Yeah.
Like they got their little tussles, the little grabs, the little pulls. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Isaiah Stewart.
It
man.
could have been
Isaiah Stewart,
yeah. It could have been a lot worse, but nigga, like you said,
I know he has a bad like rep on him as far as like the average fan, but in my opinion, bro, we every team needs one, bro. Every team needs
crash out.
that you know like
crazy.
that enforcer. Like
It's crazy because
any type of scuffle, he picking people up, talking to the side.
it's
bro.
crazy because when I started seeing they said head coaches got ejected from the game, head coaches is wrecking. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, that's what we on. That's what we on. But to go back to your point, if I said that's what the NBA needed. The NBA, no, that's not no troll. That's fact.
Let me ask y'all this.
The NBA,
Let me ask y'all this.
the NBA
need to start crashing out.
No.
Mm-mm.
You want to explain or?
Oh, I'm saying I'm gonna lead it, and I'm gonna let you. The thing about it is, the NBA's ratings have been so bad, so abysmal. Like I'm talking about, like nobody's watching the NBA. The simple fact, the only reason why people even pay attention to the NBA is because of parlays. They're not paying attention for the game of like how we used to watch it. But what you was about to say, Zan? Go ahead.
So to continue off of that, like let's put this in perspective. The most exciting thing that's happened in basketball recently, besides that fight, I mean, outside of like the Curry hitting 50 points.
Yeah.
Jokic had a 60-point triple double.
No one cares.
Nobody talked about
Nobody
it.
cared though.
Oh,
Hold on.
I did.
But even more, I think if y'all haven't noticed, the most exciting thing recently was a beef between Stephen A. and LeBron James.
Yeah, that's it.
And that goes to what you saying. Like I agree, the NBA does need like more, like more physicality, man. We like the refs need to lay off.
Ball.
Look how it was, like, not to cut you off real quick, but look at like when Barkley and them niggas was playing, bro. Like them niggas was like fighting. Like when you get on that court, bro, it was really like it was. I think it's just a bravado, bro, of just like I really want to come in here and win. And this fuck the other side, and it is what it is at this point.
But I'll put it this way too, right? It's very late in the NBA season.
That's a fact.
Losing your head like that is not good for your franchise.
It's not professional.
We can automatically assume that these two franchises, they're not going to the finals because they don't have the mentality to make it. They're fighting each other, at this point in the season, right? Everything is pretty much almost settled. There's teams that are playing in to get somewhere, right? But if we're being honest, the Pistons and Wolves, they should not have done that. They should, for their two basketball clubs, they should not have done that.
What you about to say?
So I was gonna say, should they have done it? No, I mean I guess, but let's be honest. Like from the footage, you could tell it wasn't like no punches were thrown. I seen one dude square up, but like no punches were thrown. It's just a bunch of
There's a couple
chaos.
fans throwing punches.
Yeah, I mean fans want to do that.
They gonna die. They gonna die.
They don't have millions of dollars on the line.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Because Rex, that was probably the best point of it all, is that the NBA needs it. Unfortunately, the NBA decided a long time ago, thanks to David Stern, if y'all remember him.
Yeah.
David Stern years.
I'll remind you who David Stern is if you don't.
Yeah, but he cut out all that bullshit from the old days.
Yeah.
The Bulls, the original Pistons, the Malice to the Palace.
Yeah.
That was his era.
It's not professional if you really think about it.
It is.
Right?
So
people stop
he
coming to games.
He came up with this logic that I heard. He came up with the logic of, I forgot how he said it, but it's something to do with like moms. If moms like it, it's profitable.
I'm gonna put it like,
because if the moms like it, then the kids gonna watch it. The family, saying stuff like that.
I'm gonna put it like this. Sometimes we gotta remember, put yourself in their shoes, right? They're there to work.
Yeah.
They're there to work.
And it's professional.
You are there as a professional. You are not. You're getting paid. So at the end of the day, justifying who's right or wrong is very complex. But with that being said, you gotta remember, man, like you are there to work, and if you get suspended, did anybody get suspended? I mean, I
don't think so. They got ejected.
They got ejected.
Probably had to pay a fine.
They're probably.
For sure.
Yeah, there probably is a suspension
I
that
think
It's going to happen.
maybe
Yeah.
because they reviewed footage and they
Well,
look for stuff.
we'll definitely put that up
Yeah.
for y'all.
Yeah.
We'll double check that. We'll put it up. You'll
Yeah.
see it.
All right. Where do we go next with the NBA? I guess the Lakers. The
Yes,
Lakers
sir.
are
Talk about the Lakers.
kind of struggling a little bit, kind of doing better, kind of doing worse. What do we make of the Lakers? Because
That's
the
the
trade happened
So,
and then
about the Lakers, I can say one thing. Come playoff time, Luka and LeBron are going to be ready. They're so similar in the fact that they know when to like coast and then turn it up once the playoffs come. So as long as they keep building on their chemistry, and I can't forget Austin Reeves, that white boy Cole,
AR-15.
the AR-15. But their issue is defense, bro. They're not consistent on defense. They're actually at the bottom. I think like 28th.
Yeah, they're very low.
in
I saw that
defense.
too. Yeah.
Coming from like they were like in the top 15, something like that. Once upon a time.
I was listening to the call for the Golden State game, and one of the commentators did mention that the Lakers struggle in defending transition breaks.
Yeah.
So a big chunk of that game, the Warriors just score points off of transition break. You know, typically, right? You think Curry's gonna post up
That's
threes,
what they're great at.
flash, right? But the transitions that the Warriors get, they do that. Yeah, you're right.
It's
crazy.
like Spurs-esque.
Yes.
They may even mastered it more than Spurs.
They might have,
Maybe.
yeah. Because they can put anybody in the system, right? A couple years ago, they had Andrew Wiggins doing that.
Yep.
That's crazy to me because Andrew Wiggins not even a top player.
No, all I was gonna say was just like as of recently, like the last game that they had, bro, Luka only scored 19 points, and with that, they're trying to balance out their team right now, and with those efforts of what like they said, LeBron. Some people mention him trying, him getting older, but the thing is with that, it's like we don't really. I mean, we talk about that, but it's like it's LeBron, bro. He's gonna come in clutch when he comes in.
His game doesn't show his age.
They dropped number 4 to the seed. And with those struggles that they have, it's either that they're gonna get their team and get that balance back and come back in clutch when they really need to, or B, we're still gonna have some struggles and we need to either figure out what the, like you said the defense, what the defense is looking like, because right now it's like with the Lakers, what has been seeming, it's like they've been up and down, bro. So they got to figure it out, bro. They really have to figure it out, man.
And it doesn't help adding on Luka because, let's be honest, he's not good at defense.
Yeah,
he's not the best at defense. So
I'm gonna tell you this, and you would think that with Luka on the team, they would be more fluid in there, right? And with the transition, but they're still trying to find that,
Well, this is the thing. You have anything else, sir?
No.
So the thing is, LeBron. We all know LeBron. He needs the ball in his hand a lot, but that's Luka's role too.
Yep.
So
it's a team effort, bro.
They're trying to balance it out because they also have to take account for AR-15 now.
Yeah.
Who he's going to at least want 15 to 20 shots.
His rise was crazy. I remember the first time he popped up, people were like, "Who the hell is this white boy on the Lakers?"
See,
busting threes.
There's being disrespectful at first to call him
AR-15, because and then now he started busting. Yeah, now they're like, yeah, that's actually AR-15 right there. I love when that happens.
You said they came back, right?
Yeah, I love when that happens.
Trying to make jokes and shit.
I even heard White Mamba.
Yeah,
White Mamba.
It was crazy. We were talking about Nate Robinson the other day. That's how they used to treat Nate Robinson.
Yep.
And then until he did the slam dunk contest. He did the slam dunk contest, and everybody's like, "Oh, there he's actually cold." Let me shut up.
I'm gonna tell you this though, that what everything that y'all have stated is gonna affect their team as a whole, and it's gonna affect them once they face more fast-paced teams.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. They got to play OKC, and OKC is a young team.
That's young enough.
If it started today, they would actually be facing the Warriors.
He would, yeah.
Which isn't a good thing either.
It's not.
In the seven game series, they're not stopping. They're not stopping Curry, bro. And then Jimmy Butler.
Oh yeah.
And now they chemistry building like
it's crazy
how
man.
I'm glad he finally he found where he found where he needed to be, bro.
Yeah.
This is where he's supposed to.
Yeah.
I just need Kuminga, and I'm a Lakers fan, but I need Kuminga to be healthy for that. And I got them taking out the Lakers, but if they face OKC, that's even worse, bro.
Mhm.
And that's the team.
You know what I think?
Those are young gunners.
They gotta stop sleeping on them, bro.
I think
young gunners.
I think they need to do fast starts. Yeah, I feel like they've been doing slow starts. Slow starts,
Well, Lucas
and they need to get more rebounds.
Yeah.
So
Well,
get-
for the playoffs, when the playoffs come, the game usually it usually slows down. Regular season
Yeah.
is real fast
real
paced.
fast, and then the
Playoffs come around, the game slows
Everything's a
down
little bit more calculated too.
Yeah,
Like, you
exactly.
see people take less risks.
because it's go hard or go
Yeah.
home at that point.
Mhm.
But we know who's not going to be in the playoffs playing this year. Zion.
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 Did it to yourself. Well, not him. But
It-
the
it-
Grizzlies.
It's an unfortunate
I'm
thing.
getting ahead of myself. Yeah, the Pelicans.
It's an unfortunate thing
it is
for
unfortunate,
Zion
man.
because the first couple years when he was gaining all that weight and stuff, that was on him. He finally tried to get his weight in control, and then look what happened.
We'll see.
Training staff thing.
It's the science behind his play, right?
Yeah.
He's the size of like, I can't even say LeBron because LeBron's doing it, but LeBron's just different.
Yeah. It's like a
LeBron's
different
able
athletic
to
build.
like
Yeah.
being that big
Mhm.
and going up that high and dunking and then coming down on your legs that
Mhm.
much, bro.
Yeah, that takes
Yeah.
strain on your
It
leg.
takes a strain.
People
You
are
gotta
also
gifted.
forgetting, right?
LeBron is gifted.
With the health.
He puts in the work, and he makes sure he's prepared for that.
Crazy.
I can't say Zion doesn't, but it's not showing.
But the
Yeah.
thing
Understand?
about Zion, everybody kind of overlooks sometimes.
Yeah,
This was the guy that was 360 windmill dunking in middle school. His
That's
his
what I mean.
body's probably done. Like
yeah.
I think this man. I think he's
It's like a
built like
decade of
he's built
slamming.
like a freight train.
He
This
is.
man is like he's when he's healthy, he's
Yeah.
a monster.
right.
But when he's not, I mean, we see it year after year.
Mm.
He just
Disintegrates.
Some people
It's almost like
athletically peak.
if he played more like how Shaq played,
Yeah.
like he
I
not
was
he don't have
thinking
he
that,
don't have,
honestly.
like he
I really
in his
was.
mind he like I'm trying to be like Air Jordan. No, bro,
So-
just do the little.
Everybody can't
I
be
wanna-
Jordan,
I want to
bro.
bring up a perspective to you that a lot of people have chatted about recently. But players like Zion and also Joel Embiid, right?
Mm-hmm.
How heavily do you think they impact their team's chances at performing well and going to the playoffs? Like, do you think it's like night and day, where it's like if they're not there, obviously the team's not going to the playoffs, but if they're there, they're automatically.
Zion, no. Embiid, when he was healthy and actually playing, yeah. I'll be honest, because when he was actually playing and he was putting up all them points a couple years back, Philly was doing good.
But there, a couple seasons ago, they went, I think, to the playoffs without him. Like he wasn't even.
That's
He hadn't played like most of the
he,
season.
No, he played. He was like playing, but he wasn't playing. That's when it started.
Yeah,
That's when that whole I can't play today. Oh,
Whenever he had the eye thing, that's where I got pissed off.
Oh yeah, his eye was like bloodshot.
They had
red.
bloodshot. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
play with that shit. Fuck out of here.
yeah,
Soft
nah,
ass
that's
nigga.
when it started. Like when
he
he
was wrestle with that type of stuff.
yeah,
It's still
nah,
going.
that's when it started.
I'll be busting threes with one eye if I had to. It was the playoffs.
It's real unfortunate about Zion though because I remember like he had the most hype behind him
Mhm.
He
since
did.
LeBron, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
he
it was on
did.
par, but like
Yeah.
since LeBron, nobody else has had that much hype.
Yeah.
Videos.
But you know
On
what that,
magazines.
But you know what that is. But you
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
about to bring
yeah.
that up. I was about to bring that up.
It wasn't crazy.
It comes with that territory. Every time they say somebody's about to be the face, what ends up happening? Look, all right, Zion, he's gonna be the face. Look at him.
Welcome to the NBA.
Ja, the face. Look what happened.
That's like the NBA.
Derrick
Anthony
Rose.
Edwards. Anthony
Derrick
Edwards.
Rose.
Oh, okay.
Anthony Edwards.
Can't do that.
About John Morant.
You can't do Anthony Edwards yet.
Yeah,
He's still in the hurdle. He's still.
No, that's they want him to be the face, and
But he's saying he doesn't
But
want it.
no, of course that. Let me talk. That was it.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't want to be the face because he knows what comes with that.
Yeah.
He just want a ball. He doesn't want to have the extra stuff to his name. Okay, yeah, you give him a couple commercials here, whatever case, cool. But he doesn't want to have that
That's
label on his name.
That's that shooting guard mentality.
It's a cop out, man.
Because Jordan didn't care to be the face. He just
He
wanted
didn't.
to win. It just
Exactly.
happened.
But that's what I
Kobe
mean.
Bryant,
About,
he didn't want to be the face.
that's what I mean about cop out mentality. You can't help being the face. If you perform well, you're the face. Think about Shy.
Yeah.
Shy's more popular, I guess. No, I wouldn't say more popular, but he's more popular right now in the NBA than Anthony Edwards was, right? But season before, or I can't even say that. Maybe 2 seasons before, right? Anthony Edwards was like everywhere. Anthony Edwards.
No, that was last year. That was last year.
Last year,
Last year,
the
that
end,
man,
No,
bro.
last year.
No,
he was,
bro.
That's when Shaw got started last year.
No,
But
I'm
last
saying,
year
no,
they
I'm
had
saying, no.
pictures and
Anthony
him.
Edwards on
Jordan,
Gatorade.
bro. Yeah.
Maybe
He
it
got,
was last year.
he got his own
was-
shoes.
My point still is that
Nah, last
these
year.
players like.
Divas, man.
Anthony Edwards isn't the face of the NBA to me because he decided he didn't want to be one.
I respect that though. But
I respect it because why do you feel like just because they said that I need to be the face that I need to be that? That's like no, hold on. That's like you at your job. You just want to come there and work, and they be like, no, we need you to be the VP.
They do that anyway.
But that's not. But
I hate that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. So
you hate that
yeah.
I
So
do.
that's what I'm saying. So you
It's
can't
a job.
be.
It's different.
No.
NBA
That's
is
NBA's a
Bro,
job.
that's not the same thing.
It's
I
a
didn't ask
job.
for
The
this. I didn't ask for this.
The NBA's a job. The NBA's a job. If you going at your, if you at your job,
Yeah.
and they tell you
Are you
they're trying to make you the face of something, but you just come in there to want to do your job. That's not what. That's not your goal. That's not your end all and be all. Then yeah, you gonna feel like that.
What was we about to chop that shit up? What's his name?
Well, Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi didn't want to be. Kawhi didn't want to be the face, bro. He just wanted to play, and he got that ring. And if he still wanted to, he would have stayed at that team.
You gotta let that quick because I know what he's about to say. But go ahead.
Go ahead. I mean, you obviously know. Y'all know more.
No.
Okay, so
All right.
so we're gonna talk about this debate.
Yeah, we got a debate for y'all. There's been a lot of ruckus going on about James Harden and Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? Two nonsense. Two shooting guards. So in y'all opinion, who y'all think is better?
James Harden.
Dwayne Wade. It's not even a debate, really, but well, let's debate it.
What about y'all? What do you think?
I'll say Wade, but I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna say Harden.
You gonna stick with me? All right, that's a real one.
I'll say Harden.
What do you think?
Who you got?
I mean, I got Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
I was gonna be that guy. But
Let me ask you. No. I'm gonna ask you this. Let me start off because obviously the favorite answer here is Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
But why do you think Dwayne Wade's better than James Harden?
Well, first you gotta start with the rings. That's the easiest thing out there.
Ring.
But that's obvious. That's the most obvious.
Yeah.
What's unobvious, right? Dwayne Wade is a high level performer when it counts. Okay. James Harden. How many rings does he have?
Zero.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
How many?
Before you even
I'm
get
so
there. Sorry. Go ahead.
Before you even get there,
I'm sorry.
how many potential Hall of Famers has James Harden played with?
Right.
Like 10 plus.
Okay, so if you go talk about D-Wade, right, it's really just that Miami team with Chris Bosh and LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Mario Chalmers in there or something like that along the way.
You know, Hall of Famer, but really.
Yeah, exactly. But see what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
James Harden played on an incredible team. He started off in the NBA on an incredible team, and Dwayne Wade started off in Miami on the Heat. The Heat that was obviously terrible, right?
Dwayne Wade built
I don't know
team.
about that.
3
You had a good team.
championships with that franchise. That without him has 0.
Hold on. He got 1, and then the rest were with
LeBron.
So
LeBron.
Yeah.
The big 3.
okay,
Yeah.
that doesn't take away
But-
from the fact that he still stayed with
So
a
comparing,
franchise
right?
that could do that.
James Harden started off with OKC.
Young.
He played with Russell Westbrook,
Young.
Kevin Durant,
Young.
Serge Ibaka.
Young.
Everybody forgot about Ari Ibaka.
Yeah.
Man,
Get
I
on.
ain't gonna lie.
Listen.
That was
You guys are going to state my
That
case.
was a-
I'm glad that I let y'all start off because listen to this. Check this
that was
out.
a good team.
Well, can we all agree that in sports, winning championships is a team effort,
Yeah.
right? It's a team effort.
Right,
It's
yeah.
about which team played the best as a team. Because who was going to go up there? What did Dwayne Wade go up there and say when he won his first ring? Oh, I did it all by my damn self. Oh, it's because of me that we won. I'm the best. No. What does he do? He gives credit to all his teammates, right? He says, "Oh, it's me and my team. We did this. We got there."
First one
right?
was like Shaq, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So listen. let's say that I was like the 8th man on the team, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that I'm on that team that he won this first ring.
Mhm.
Does that make me better than Russell Westbrook before he got a ring? Because I have a ring.
Well, when you unfilter the argument like that, of course not. But
So rings should not. So if are we saying that that Dwayne Wade is better than James Harden as far as rings go? Or are we saying as far as abilities go?
I'm on both sides. I'm playing devil's advocate here. The reason why Dwayne Wade is an all-around better player to most people than James Harden because he's a defensive player.
Yeah.
He knows how to play defense on the ball.
Both sides.
He plays both sides of the ball very well. He doesn't just play one side of the ball. James Harden is an elite scorer.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to score. He's going to put up 50 or more. He put up 50 plus points before. The problem is he doesn't play defense. So that's what gives you the indifference between the two. See, Dwayne Wade, he may not score as much as Harden did, but he was a scorer as well.
Yeah.
It's just Harden was more efficient with scoring the ball
because defensive honors, right? In the NBA.
Because if you think about it, when Harden played for the Rockets, Harden had the ball most of the time.
Yeah, he handled the ball. That was him.
Harden's a shooting guard
between him and Chris Paul.
Paul, but Chris Paul was always feeding him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He was running. Chris Paul would bring the ball up the court.
Mm-hmm.
First thing he doing, he passing to Harden. Harden's looking around it. He's having the ball. He's scoping the field. If Harden not passing the ball, he's either driving to the lane to do a layup, or he's shooting from the perimeter, or he's shooting from the inside of the 2-point, like the inside before the 3. He do that every time. That's what made him a good player because if he got the ball in his hand, he's going to score.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you this: Wade's championship of pedigree, man, is important, but Harden's ability to perform in high pressure, man, like that is important. I mean, Harden's offensive dominance, versatility, sustained success, impact in the modern NBA, man, like that is what separates himself from Dwayne Wade.
I just want to add though, that word versatility, that word is kind of what carried over Dwayne Wade into being so successful in Miami because they didn't have an outright one. They didn't have that. Dwayne Wade is really a 2.
Yeah, he is.
So they didn't have an outright one. So when you have guys like Mario Chalmers, Mario Chalmers not a scorer, so he's dishing the ball out, right? He can bust some threes, but he's dishing the ball out. Dwayne Wade elevated that team. He elevated their state of play. Even LeBron by himself cannot win shit.
And then the crazy thing about that is, remember when they had Jason Williams?
Yeah.
The white boy?
Yeah, what was it? He was on Miami?
Yeah, he was on Miami.
What was that?
Well, it's like right after he played for Sacramento.
Oh, shit.
Because remember, because Jason Williams came from
chocolate.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He was on Miami. Yeah.
He went to Miami.
Yeah, okay.
They had him running the point.
Mm-hmm.
And had Wade on as the shooting guard.
Yeah, because it worked kind of cold.
Because Jason Williams was passing the ball like crazy, and I just remember a game when he passed Wade the ball. He did the behind the back jump. Wade came up.
Wait.
Yeah.
Jason Williams overlapped with Dwayne Wade.
No, they were on the same. No, he was the point guard.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
Jason Williams kind of old.
Not.
Yeah,
you got to think about the time period they played together.
Time period, yeah. This is weird because sometimes I think those periods don't overlap. Sometimes I forget Kobe overlaps with Kevin Durant, but it's just in my brain doesn't do that math. Because Kevin Durant's over here, Kobe's RIP, but my brain doesn't overlap certain players.
But Kobe overlapped with Jordan Clarkson and Julius Randle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's crazy if you think about it.
That is because of longevity.
Yeah.
Tom Brady overlaps with I don't even know, bro.
So when you talk about longevity, man, let me tell you this, man. That is where I'm gonna make my argument right there about James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Who and I already know the answer to this, but who has had the more consistency, James Harden or Dwayne Wade in their career? And I already know the answer to this. I already know. It's James Harden. It's James Harden. Dwayne Wade's career fluctuated.
It had a peak, but I wouldn't say it.
All right. So, where's Harden? What is Harden doing right now?
He's solid.
He's always going to be a solid player, but when I'm if we watching if we paying attention, well,
if I'm
really
being fair, I would honestly say it's honestly like equal.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like,
yeah, because they're
it's
both
very hard.
The trajectory of Harden where he's at right now. The only time you can say Wade didn't really do all that well is when he went to the Bulls.
Yeah. But that was like to close out.
But that was the closest his career. Though.
And he's from Chicago.
He just wanted to go there to close out his career.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna talking about,
honestly, he was even worse with the Cavs. Remember that? Like,
yeah.
How many rings does Wade have?
Three.
Yeah. It's funny.
In the finals
it's funny because it's funny because if you give those rings equal to James Harden 3 with the Finals MVP,
you might have to put him over.
Yeah,
you would put him over. And why?
Yeah.
Because
That's
he
the
got
difference.
there, because he did that. I'm telling you, it is a team sport.
There's like a way in basketball for rings though. Like there's a reason why Michael Jordan gets considered the greatest, right? The rings is incorporated in it. Just below that, you got.
But you know what?
LeBron and
Jordan
Kobe,
though,
right?
had that it
Rings.
factor. Jordan was it.
Magic
He was
Johnson
it.
rings, you know.
Yeah.
It was that it factor.
Did Oscar Robertson win? He won rings, right?
No,
he didn't.
He won like 9 times.
He won a bunch of times and didn't win, and that's why a lot of
Can I
people
tell you
don't
something?
know who Oscar
I'm glad
Robertson
that you
is.
mentioned
And
it
that's
way.
That's a theory.
Can I tell you something? I'm glad that you mentioned it that way because I'm gonna tell you something that I've noticed. Because I'm glad that you said it because I've noticed that in professional sports, man, there's something about sports where you just get lucky. I'm telling you, like look, you talking about Magic Johnson rings, like Tom Brady rings, or you're talking about Rob Gronkowski rings, or Michael Irvin rings. Okay, I'm telling you, sometimes you just hit the lottery
in the right spot,
in the right spot, in the right time.
I agree with that.
And I'm telling you, because if Magic Johnson would have gone anywhere else,
he would be shit.
I would have gone different.
Yeah, it would be shit.
I'm telling you, right time, right place. It's just things sometimes just happen how they happen, and rings just happen how they happen.
We gotta close this out. Do it quickly though. Let's do it quickly.
Okay.
Introduce our new segment.
Oh.
You guys want to do it tonight, or do you want to end it?
Wait, what?
The new segment, the top 5, Full House.
Oh.
No, I don't want to think of a top 5 right now.
Yeah, we gotta do that next week.
So all right, I'll clip this part out and it's just like.
Yeah.
Ready? We don't have to say bye. We don't have to.
No, yeah, we already did that.
I want to say bye.
So
fuck you.
All
Harden?
All in all, man, I think what separates Dwayne Wade and James Harden for me is not only the championships but the defensive part of the game, and that's honestly a big part of what the NBA is missing in today's game. I know it still exists, but as far as like, you know, it being held to a high standard, as far as like, you know, like who talks about Rudy Gobert? And like honestly, a lot of people say he's like the worst defensive player of the year in all time. And that's just crazy.
Boring player though.
You feel me? But
like he's so boring.
Listen to his name,
Rudy Gobert.
And he's French. Like is he
Gobert.
French? He's French, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Only French I respect is Tony Parker.
Yeah, because Tony Parker's a beast.
Really?
Yeah. Wemby. I'm gonna give Wemby. I'm gonna give
Wemby?
Wemby that treatment. I'm gonna give him the.
Wemby.
No, I fuck with Wemby though. I do.
Man,
shout out to James Harden though.
We ain't.
You know what separates them?
Harden MVP.
You know what separates them? He's got a bigger beard.
Shut the
Beard, man. The beard, man. Fear the beard.
Please, future, please. I'm on one.
This is an AI.
Oh, he's an AI? No, he's just trolling right now. I ain't gonna follow him. Future, please, bro.
This is AI voice.
So now we're gonna go into what you know as the wrestling segment, where we talk about everything that's going on in wrestling today. We're gonna start it off with what we started off with every week: Cody Rhodes and John Cena, the build to WrestleMania. I can be honest. They did what they were supposed to do this week. I'm actually happy. I'm actually happy because last week I said they needed meat and potatoes. They gave me the whole stew. I needed that.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying? I needed the stew. You know what I'm saying? They gave me the meat, potatoes, the carrots, all that. They gave me the celery too. You know
Bars.
what I'm saying? And I appreciate that they finally started getting to the point. They finally started talking about the things that we needed to hear. And I was surprised. I didn't expect Cody Rhodes to catch him with the crossroads. And John Cena sold it like gold. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to see that we're getting somewhere with this story because we were at a standstill last week. I mean, the first week we got what we heard. Oh, John Cena getting booed. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. This following week, very lackluster. Nothing really there. But when they had this segment this week, I felt like a little kid again. Got excited. You know what I'm saying? It felt like the Rock and Stone Cold type shit. But, I'm just glad that with the story is progressing forward. How you feel about it, Juan?
I personally feel like, man, Cody went. First of all, John Cena is gonna be John Cena on the mic, man. John Cena on the mic is going. I saw a lot of people say fine speech. He said, I don't bury talent. I am talent. I bury mediocrity. I'm like, dang, like I felt that. I'm like, yo, go ahead. There was a point where people were booing Cena, and then they started cheering this man. They started cheering this man.
He was spitting.
He was
But the thing about Cena and promos, Cody said it when he got on the mic. He said, people are scared to step to you on the mic, but I'm going to show you that I'm not scared to step to you on the mic. And I'm going to be real. Cody held his own.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean,
he cooked the shit out of him, which is crazy.
Cody did cook him. I was like, dang, Cody kind of fried Cena. But when you go back and listen to what Cena actually said, you know what I'm saying? He took a little belt to that ass to Cody, and it gave Cody a reason to want to spit fire. You know what I'm saying? Because what Cena was saying, he was like, I make money for billionaires. You take money from their kids.
Oh yeah, that was tough.
So he had points where he took Cody and put him on the ropes. It's like you watching Tyson and Ali fight in their prime. You seen Ali get caught with a jab from Tyson, and it was a mean one.
What did he say to him right before they got into it? Like Cena was about to leave, and Cody was like, "Oh yeah, one more thing."
Oh, he said, out of all the time that I've been back here, the fans have never said that I can't wrestle.
Oh yeah, that was kind of crazy.
That was a thing for a long time. Remember the five moves of doom.
Yeah.
You do the little spin out power bomb, 5 knuckle shuffle. He might do that little flip power driver, and then the attitude adjustment or the STFU.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, bro. Look,
generic.
Everything y'all said is like A1. I said this when we were watching it, was that like the previous promos, they were okay. But if you go back and you look at Cena's promos when he's actually going one-on-one with someone, he has more fuel because it's like a rap battle. That's his whole thing. He has someone to actually look at and take apart. The point of him actually building up to have Cody and Cody coming back with that fire was really good, because the point of what Cody said, like, you are built up. Like, you're a grown man still dressing like you was, like, 15 years ago. This nigga Cody's like, when they tried to make him, he was Stardust. He went and he found himself on the indies and came back as himself. John Cena is still you're a character, bro. It is, because when you see him outside, he don't dress like that no more. He don't talk like that.
He dresses just like Cody does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to see that and to see Cody hold his own and him actually kind of spitting some fire like he was great, because we were complaining like, okay, this is starting to get stale, and it sucked because we were waiting that little period. We were waiting for Cena to actually get on the mic, and when he finally got on the mic the first time, I wouldn't say we were disappointed, but we just wanted more. So the fact that they're building towards this, bro, and it really feels something that we are waiting for. It feels great, bro. It feels amazing.
Paul made a good point last week. Where the fuck is The Rock?
Yeah,
Probably shooting the movie,
I'm
bro.
glad they mentioned it though, because Cody did mention it. Cody was like, he's like, well, there's one thing that's different between me and you is that I didn't sell out for The Rock. You did. So I'm glad that we got something there.
So to add on to that before we move on from this topic, the reason why they brought that up, because like you said, The Rock wasn't mentioned. Still haven't brought up Travis Scott. It's still those key things that haven't been brought up.
Yeah.
You got two more weeks of WrestleMania till WrestleMania get here. We just say The Rock don't pop up next week or the week before.
Yeah, that's true.
It's still time, and that's why
it's very in WWE's bag to do as well.
I honestly want to give WWE credit, because for them to have that slow standstill in the beginning, they took that and it was like, you know what? Let's unleash the reins a little bit, no pun intended, and let them do what they need to do on the mic, because that's going to gravitate towards the people. Because now they're back in the United States this week, so they're not in UK no more. They're not in Europe. They're done with Europe. So how everything translates to the American crowd is going to be what they seen from the European crowd. And the crazy thing is, it's funny that I was thinking about that because on NXT they were doing the how they were doing the Cody Rhodes chant, Cody Rhodes. They was doing that for I believe Ricky Saints on there on NXT.
I'm about to say one of my friends from Twitch actually went to the London event, and she didn't watch. She hasn't watched wrestling in a long time, bro. She was playing 2K. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing, but she was like, you know, she needed a little help, and she was like, because she went to that experience, she's singing Cody Rhodes. Now she's into the shit. Yeah. So it's like, nigga, this shit is as popular, or if not more popular than it was back then. It's finally getting to that space, bro.
Like last year, maybe year before, I would tell you like, hell no, WWE and wrestling used to be better. But now, like ever since especially since y'all been rapping about it, I got hella homeboys that I would have never watched WWE. Like my boy Kelvin, shout out Kelvin. Kelvin loves WWE, bro. And I remember when I lived with him, he used to never care about it. Like he came and Cap, I didn't care, he didn't care, but we all knew like John Cena. You know, we talked about Stone Cold earlier, so we knew who those people were. But now it's actually lit. Like I'm actually watching this, like learning about wrestlers. Like, oh, Cody Rhodes. Like I said the other day, Cody Rhodes. I didn't like him, but I learned to appreciate him more because of how he kind of stood up to John Cena.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is what I want. I want this. I don't want the little cakewalks that they do.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
We were talking about it. You seen us watch it so much, so it's like it piqued your interest. Like I remember one day, I'm not gonna get into it, but we were all very elated. And this man, Zell, was just staring at the screen, bro. He was so into it. I was like, Zell, you good? He said, bro, this shit is fire, bro. Like, that shit was just cool to watch, bro. So, yeah, man. But, yeah, no, to move on to what you were saying about NXT has been, like, really picking up, bro. Like, the Ricky Saints thing, like, because I know you know Ricky Starks, he was in AEW. I don't want to get too much into it because, like, we always say the fucking bots always come out of nowhere. Yeah, he fumbled, but this man is being utilized the right way. He has the talent. He has the stardom. He has the look. He's great on the mic. And he won the belt the right way. It didn't feel fucking forced.
It's crazy because my man's was he was doing a little barricade jump. He kissed his hand. Hey, Shorty's was fainting and everything. Hey, bro, see, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all want to watch a good wrestling product, it's not me shitting on AEW. It's not me shitting on the main roster of WWE. NXT is what a well-production wrestling show should look like.
It feels like TNA, but on like
shit on TNA. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, both of them are working together. So them working together makes both of their it makes NXT look good. It makes TNA look good, and it kind of puts it shines the light on Raw and SmackDown. Is like, yo, what the fuck y'all doing over there? Like, y'all got the little pieces that's making your story, that making your show go by. AEW, same thing. Y'all got little things that's making your stories and your show go by. But the whole show at NXT you're watching is captivating you because you want to know what the Dark State, who's really behind the Dark State, the group that's coming in, beating up everybody at the end of the show.
Black dude, I forgot it.
Oh, he the crazy thing is
he was with somebody on the Indies. Who was he?
What's his name? Javon Evans. Javon Evans actually fought him for the belt in DPW, which Javon Evans won his first first heavyweight championship or the main belt of a promotion. And to watch that dude come in and he's like, yeah, I'm about to take over with the Dark State. I honestly believe Javon Evans is behind the group, not Trick Williams. Everybody's saying Trick Williams is behind it, but I think Javon Evans.
I just want to say real quick, I'm gonna let you get your shit off because we've been talking.
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Again, never to make it a race thing, bro. But I remember just like 5-6 years ago, we were like, we just want to see more people of color just get into the mix. and looking at NXT and AEW,
Dude,
bro.
what?
Look how many black people are like doing their
Oh,
fucking
Bafemi.
thing, bro. Like I'm loving this
Yeah,
shit, bro.
I love that too.
I'm loving it, bro.
Hey, nah, the reason why I really fuck with Obafemi because when he talk, he be like, ooh,
Yeah.
and he's like every time he says something, ooh, something, ooh, and like
Yeah.
he a big African dude, but like he.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I seen
Yeah,
bro.
hey,
Yeah.
I showed him my African homie that do this like. Oh, he's like, I'm watching him today.
I'm watching him today.
He's like, I'm watching him today. He said, he's from Ghana. I'm watching him today. But you know, to really see,
Wesley, Trick Williams. I mean, man,
to really see the diversity step up in wrestling
man.
is an amazing thing. The only thing that I can say before, you know what I'm saying, we move on to the next topic, Papa H, you need to see color, bro. You need to see color.
Yeah, and it's coming. It's coming though.
I mean, do you know it hasn't been a black person on a WWE pay-per-view card in like a black male wrestler in 600 and something days?
It's coming, man.
What?
I'm loving. I'm
That's
seeing
kind of crazy, low key.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's stop it and move to the.
All right, so we're gonna run through what happened through AEW very quickly. There are some things that I find a little interesting. I think you asked me earlier, did I watch it? And I'm out of my mind, bro. I did watch it. I just didn't remember watching it.
It's all good. It's all good.
So first and foremost, I want to say Kevin Knight. I'm very excited for where he's about to go because I've been watching Kevin Knight since he was in TNA to when he was in New Japan. And I've been saying for a minute that this guy is going to be one of the next best thing. Another black wrestler who's doing it, and they started him. First match was with Jay White. That's crazy. He did take the L, but he got so much bigged up. He's like, yo, he's the next best thing. Now he faced Will Ospreay. No, he tagged with Will Ospreay, and they had a great match. Now he's about to face Will Ospreay. So I'm glad for what they're about to do with Kevin Knight because he deserves that shit, bro.
Yeah, I've noticed they're putting him on this pedestal. Like they're trying to build him up, and I'm like, I don't know who he is. Right, I personally do not know who he is.
He tagged him with Kushida.
When I watch AEW, they make sure you know who he is. They're like Kevin Knight, this guy. Pay attention. This is who you need to be looking out for. I'm like, who is this guy? I thought he was Wesley. I'm not Wesley. I thought he was Leo Rush at first.
Damn, bro.
Leo Rush.
All black people look the same way.
But with the glasses, like Leo Rush.
Yeah, I know what you said.
With the glasses.
So. My thing about Kevin Knight, you know, I'm happy for what he has, what they're trying to do with him. I just know how Tony gets with the start and stop pushing stuff.
Yeah.
He'll start something, he'll stop it, they'll lose momentum, he'll try to start it back up. The momentum's not there.
Not there no more.
But I just want positive things to come from this, you know. And to see the matches that they're gonna put him in. I just don't want him to end up like AR Fox, bro.
Oof. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't.
AR Fox is a beast, bro, and the fact he's just, oh man, we'll see. Hopefully, if AR Fox sticks with Top Flight, we'll see if that.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's a cool little thing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
But did you want to go down the Dynasty card?
I was gonna say real quick, the Swerve thing.
Yeah.
The thing I'm liking right now with that is just that I like the whole Hangman Adam Page and Swerve thing that's building up in the background. I think that's one of the best stories going through right now because they just had a little bout where he was like, "You burned my house down." He's like, "You snuck in my house." He said, "That was fucked up." He said, "I know." That man looked at him and said, "What did you say?" He said, "I said I know." Yeah. He couldn't process that shit. That nigga walked up. That shit to me was so tight.
But you know what made that much better? It made it better because it shows that the same things those two were complaining about each other, they finally look at each other and face
accountability.
They both took accountability for their bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and that's all that needs to happen in life.
So when a simple I know takes everything and change the whole perspective, I feel like that's gonna help build their story as far as them being on the same page.
More, like crazy.
Like, you know,
I agree.
I do have I know I sound like a Baltimore. I do have something that I did want to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like how they ended the Go Home show on Wednesday
Yeah, man.
They
Could have been better, right?
They didn't have to do.
Better,
They didn't
bro.
have to put the glass down there and do all that and Swerve pop
Oh,
up
at
like
the
he
end.
Swerve
Yeah.
popping up like he Undertaker and all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I get why they do it because they try to Swerve can take damage. That's pretty much his whole thing.
Yeah.
Swerve can take a whooping.
Yeah.
So they're trying to let Moxley know like you can do all this stuff to me, but it's not going to keep me down. That's pretty much what it is. But I feel like they were that I don't know, man. I hate that they rely on stuff like that because I don't feel like they have to do that every time just to get our attention. They could have just whooped his ass and then he could have just got back up. Yeah, I mean, I understand the elements that they're trying to do because he's trying to show that I'm resilient. I can take any type of damage.
They should have whooped him. They should have gave him like that whooping and just made him feel like just made the crowd feel like Swerve just at a loss. So that way it's a build up for Dynasty. So that way once Dynasty comes, if he's the one to win, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
We just want to apologize. We have cops running in the background right now, so that's what Rex is
Dude
reacting
is fucking
to.
jumping out the building and it's fired.
I'm
in
sorry.
his house,
I'm sorry, Juan. I'm sorry.
So yeah, you just throwing me off, bro.
Because he was making a face, and I was like, I'm gonna have to explain that.
was he making faces?
Yeah.
This nigga got his
He was
drawers
going
on
crazy.
his
It
just
was like
now.
the house is on fire. He was crawling out the window. It was like an electrical
My
box.
brother
explosion.
Yeah. So man, like I just personally, I just started rewatching AEW, man. After watching a lot of rivalries, man. I like CM Punk and Adam Page. I mean, everything, man, everything. And I'm starting to get back into it. Timeless Tony Storm, everything. But what I want, man, after watching this AEW show is just more. It's too much wrestling, not a lot of stories, you know. And they need to find that balance between the two. They did that. They gave if you could highlight.
Yeah, that's what they were big on. They were big on giving you both. Then where they messed up at was when they focused too much on the wrestling part. Like the wrestling matches, like I guarantee you, on everything I love, Dynasty's matches are going to be fire. The problem with that is. I was watching something the other day and they made a good point. It's about not because Shawn Michaels actually this is what it was. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker were rewatching their match from WrestleMania, and they were still that match is probably one of the best matches of all time.
Yeah,
great.
They were still nitpicking stuff about they could have did better. Out of a match that's already good, how can you nitpick stuff out of that? But you know what they had in that whole match? A story.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to AEW. They have great matches, but the story is not there. It's like they don't protect certain things. Like if Undertaker and Shawn Michaels are going to do a spot where they go into the crowd and fight, I shouldn't see that 3 times out of 3 other matches on the same card, because that depreciates the value of their match.
Yeah.
Because if Stone Cold and The Rock fight into the crowd and going outside into the stands and all that stuff, and Undertaker and Shawn Michaels do that in 3 matches later. It depreciates the value. So if we watching Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher in a steel cage match, tacks on the ground, bleeding everywhere, then John Moxley and Edge do the same shit in the main event. Like that takes away the appreciation for it. And that's what AEW has to get back to, being able to be professional about spots.
Yeah.
And not having a spot fest every time. I said because don't get me wrong, I love it. I love to see action. But what are we getting? What story are we telling?
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't mean
No, you good. You good.
I'm about to say we gotta start wrapping this up.
Good.
I just wanted to go through like the Dynasty card real quick. Let's give our 2 cents and keep it moving. So, okay, I see Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. Go.
Kyle
Fletcher.
Okay. Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart.
Mercedes Moné.
Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight.
Will Ospreay.
The Hurt Syndicate versus the Learning Tree.
Learning Tree.
This is starting to come like kind of predictable.
I just like the name.
Daniel Garcia versus.
Yeah. Why they call themselves a Learning Tree, bro? That's crazy.
Oh,
that's actually kind of tough.
No, you deep dive into that, you gonna come back to me. Oh, that's just ass.
Okay.
But do your research.
Yeah, I got you.
You might like it.
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
No, Daniel Garcia.
Adam
I would
Cole.
like for Daniel to win, but we'll
Adam
see. We'll
Cole.
I think Daniel Garcia.
Adam Cole.
Chris Jericho versus
Bandino.
Chris
I
Jericho.
would love that. Yeah, well, the
'Cause
learning
it's-
tree is two other people.
Bandino is Mass. It's Mass versus Belt.
Yeah.
Bandino's not losing
yeah,
to
no,
Mass.
no.
Yeah, I don't want him to lose.
Wait,
Death
what?
Riders, which is Claudio, Pac, and Willer versus Rated FTR.
Death Riders.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega versus Ricochet and Speedball.
Kenny Omega.
Kenny
Omega's
Omega,
definitely winning
come
that
on,
one,
man.
bro.
I know
That's
enough
gonna be
about
a
wrestling.
fucking fire
Yeah.
match,
You
bro.
know Kenny's in there.
Oh,
and
man,
Ricochet.
bro. And Ricochet,
Oh,
bro.
my
And
God.
Speedball.
bro.
Speedball.
Yo, Speedball, the last 2-3 years, if you don't know who Speedball is, do your research. That nigga
Yeah,
is fire.
Speedball.
I do not know who Speedball is.
He's
So
dope.
do your research.
I'm gonna do my research.
Tony
Do your
Storm
Googles.
versus Megan Bang.
Oh, Tony
This
Storm,
this
man.
time Tony Storm. The
Tony
next
Storm.
time Megan Bang wins.
Okay. And John Moxley versus Swerve.
John.
Swerve.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is Swerve from
I want
DC?
Swerve to, and Swerve.
Honestly-
Swerve.
honestly-
Hey, he's from
honestly-
DC, right?
No, he's from.
Nah.
He's from.
Oh.
He's from Seattle, yeah.
Oh.
No, to be honest with you, the smart marking me is gonna say Swerve,
Swerve.
but I can see him going back with Moxley.
Yeah, I see him.
The smart marking me wants Swerve to win.
Man, that's
I feel like Swerve. I
gonna
swear like they need to divert from the Moxley
They
angle.
got you, bro.
But I
I
feel
heard
like
about
they
this
would-
Moxley.
You know what? No.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just, yo. If Swerve wins, that whole little debacle that he had with Adam Page,
Oh, that would just bring it up more.
back it up. Boom. Back together. Like, a trilogy.
But
Or
you
how
know,
many times have they fought?
3 times.
Three times?
Mhm.
Fucking
But the
four.
thing, but one of the matches was unsanctioned, so it didn't count.
It didn't even.
You know what would also be hard, not to kind of go off subject, but like if FTR won, because what's going on with Dax and Cash real quick,
I actually
and
want
they
them to
get
win.
the 3 belts and they just start like just melting, bro. Like,
I
yeah.
love Swerve.
But yeah,
I
man.
love Swerve. I want him to win, man.
Any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap this up?
I will be giving my honest review on not Dynamite, on Dynasty, on my Instagram and my Threads page.
We
Hill
should do a
Clout.
live reaction, but
AEW.
yeah, that'd be fun.
I said, I mean,
He
shit,
came while we were filming one day.
that'll come
We could
in.
just change the day.
Yeah,
for filming.
but no, but
Come back.
definitely, I will definitely be giving my honest opinion on all of those things. I do want to give a shout out to Reefer Rumbles, even though they don't cover AEW. I just want to give them a shout out because they are big on WWE content. But to wrap this thing up, y'all know how we are with the wrestling, man.
Yep.
Whatever. Cut the shit. I'm about to rant. I'm about to rant.
Dude's about to go in.
Because I'm tired of this crime that these players are doing, bro. They make all this.
That-
Look
that
at the
goes-
stock market.